Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching SAMAA News. Here are today's headlines. Pakistan has categorically rejected a CBS News report regarding the presence of Iranian aircraft at Noor Khan Air Base, calling it misleading, speculative and sensationalised. The Foreign Office said the aircraft were in Pakistan as part of logistical arrangements linked to Islamabad talks, not because of any military contingency. According to the spokesperson, several aircraft from Iran and the United States arrived in Pakistan following the ceasefire and during the initial round of the Islamabad talks. Pakistan stressed that the Iranian aircraft currently parked in the country arrived during the ceasefire period. On the other hand, Iranian Parliament Speaker Baker Ghalibaf has said Iran's armed forces are fully prepared to respond to any aggression, warning that any hostile move would be met with readiness. In a statement shared on social media, Ghalibaf said the world had already seen that wrong strategies and wrong decisions always lead to wrong results. He said Iran was ready to deal with any situation and claimed that others would be amazed by the country's level of preparedness. Separately, Mohammad Eslami, the head of the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran, said there could be no compromise on Iran's uranium enrichment program. Iranian parliamentary spokesman Ebrahim Rezai has said that the country could enrich uranium up to 90% purity, a level considered weapons grade, if Iran is attacked again. The spokesperson for the Parliamentary National Security and Foreign Policy Commission posted on X that one of Iran's options in the event of another attack could be 90% enrichment, adding that it will review it in the parliament. The fate of around 400 kilograms of uranium enriched to 60%, a short technical step from roughly 90% weapons-grade material, remains unclear.
US President Donald Trump says the ceasefire with Iran is on life support after sharply rejecting Tehran's response to a US peace proposal. Speaking in the Oval Office, Trump described Iran's reply as garbage and said he did not even finish reading it. Tehran's response reportedly demanded compensation for war damage, recognition of Iran's authority over the Strait of Hormuz, an end to the US naval blockade, and the lifting of sanctions. The exchange has raised fresh concerns that the conflict could continue disrupting regional stability and global shipping routes. Talking about his upcoming visit to China, Trump said he would discuss American arms sales to Taiwan with President Xi Jinping during talks in Beijing this week. He said the issue would be among several topics on the agenda. He also said he did not expect tensions over Taiwan to escalate during his presidency, citing his very good relationship with Xi.
British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has defied calls to resign, telling ministers he would get on with governing despite a destabilising 48 hours of growing calls to set out a timetable for his departure after an election drubbing. At a meeting of his cabinet team of ministers, Starmer repeated that, while he took responsibility for one of his Labour Party's worst election defeats, there had been no official move to trigger a leadership contest. He said the past 48 hours have been destabilising for government, and that has a real economic cost for our country and for families. Britain's Keir Starmer has come under renewed pressure when 4 ministerial aides stepped down and more than 70 Labour lawmakers publicly called for his resignation after his appeal for another chance seemingly fell on deaf ears. The Times newspaper reported that Interior Minister Shabana Mahmood and other cabinet ministers had told the Prime Minister to consider setting out a timeline for his departure, as Labour lawmakers went public to express their dissatisfaction over one of the worst defeats for Labour in last week's local elections. Foreign Minister Yvette Cooper told Starmer that he should oversee an orderly transition of power. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching SAMAA News.